comment, share, and like for more videos to my channel. Hit the bell if you're messing with hell. To be honest, it seems like the whole industry be having a problem with JayZ. I don't really get into the politics part because I'm still stuck at being a fan. I'm still stuck at listening to the music. I'm still stuck at the business plays. You know what I'm saying? But it's a lot of people other than Dame Dash throughout the years that has said JayZ is a dog when it comes to business.
Disappointed in the Grits and Eggs podcast for how they conducted this Charlemagne the God interview. They allowed Charlemagne the God to come on their podcast, do a whole lot of spinning and lying, and they sat there and offered no pushback whatsoever, even when it was clearly obvious that Charlemagne the God was lying. Charlemagne, for whatever reason, is on this JayZ is the Second Coming of Christ tour, and he's attempting to actively rewrite history to make JayZ look better, even if that comes as a detriment to himself. So Charlemagne the God was on the Grits and Eggs podcast, and he brought up the fact that JayZ got him fired from the radio station. Now, Charlemagne the God goes on this entirely long tangent on how people made that up, people lied about that, JayZ never got him fired, and I'm just sitting back like, yo, you should be ashamed of yourself, bro.
Yeah. That was actually my last two firings was like that. When I got fired from Wendy, when I got fired from 100.3 The Beat in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I interviewed Beanie Siegel, and that's what they was like, yo, they said JayZ got you fired. It wasn't true, of course, but that was the internet rumor because Beanie was going crazy on JayZ.
This whole
over with.
Call.
There's always been a slight JayZ derangement syndrome.
My jaw dropped when I watched this. Charlemagne the God claims that people lied on JayZ and said that JayZ got him fired because there was JayZ derangement syndrome and everybody is just jealous of JayZ and making up JayZ doing these horrible things. What Charlemagne the God doesn't tell you, Charlemagne the God was the one who started those rumors that JayZ got him fired. Charlemagne the God was the one who came on record and essentially said JayZ got him fired. So Beanie Siegel dropped the JayZ diss track. So Charlemagne the God got Beanie Siegel to call into the radio station, and Charlemagne the God interviewed Beanie Siegel, and Beanie Siegel went off on JayZ. This took place in Philly when Charlemagne the God was working.
Yeah, I remember when JayZ at first got his ordeal with the NFL. A lot of black people was happy. A lot of black people say, yeah, we're going to have good shows and halftime shows. He's going to put money back in people's pockets. They were tired of seeing country acts, you know what I'm saying, do the Super Bowl halftime show. And when JayZ got it, they knew it was going to be better. Is the halftime shows gotten any better to y'all?
Beanie Siegel had a beef with JayZ. That was like when Twitter first started, and I remember seeing all these tweets about Beanie Siegel dissing Jay. The first tweet I saw was from Fabulous, and Fabulous was like, yo, I never thought I'd see the day when Beanie Siegel dissed JayZ, and I was like, what? And then K. Slade had played the record, so I heard it, and I was like, oh, shoot. I'm like, yo, I just reached out to a couple people I knew in Philly, like, yo, I gotta get Beanie Siegel on the phone this morning. And he called up, and he just kind of like aired Jay out for like 30, 40 minutes.
So where did this whole situation stem from? Because I'm gonna be honest with you,
And
Beans.
the whole situation just stemmed from, like, I got the Young Guns calling my phone because JayZ's only paying them $1,200 a show and they had to split it at the end of the day. Like,
I'll never forget it because that Monday, I was supposed to move into my new townhouse in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Me and my wife had already packed up everything. The apartment was clean. I had clothes and stuff in my car. I already had put down the security deposit. And that Beanie Siegel interview played on that Thursday, went viral that Thursday night, played it back Friday morning. Saturday was Halloween. Monday come into work. Boogie D, who was the program director at the time, called me in the office and was like, we're moving in another direction.
Charlemagne the God will then proceed to go on DJ Vlad the week he got fired and tell DJ Vlad that he was told JayZ got him fired because he brought Beanie Siegel on the radio and allowed Beanie Siegel to get him fired. The very same antics that JayZ is attempting to do today to independent creators and independent media personalities, he did it to Charlemagne the God first, and Charlemagne the God was the first one to expose JayZ. But now Charlemagne the God, because he's in bed with JayZ, is doing interviews where he's trying to rewrite history. Now he's saying he don't know who started the rumor, and the rumor was started by people with JayZ derangement syndrome when he was the one who started the rumor, and he was the one who told people that JayZ got him fired.
We got some very shocking news that you actually yourself broke. You know, this wasn't broken by anybody else. You actually went on Twitter yourself and broke this news. So go ahead and talk about that.
Yeah, I put out on Twitter that I got fired from WPHI 100.3 The Beat in Philly. I mean, it wasn't nothing for me to break the news. My life is an open book, you know. It's nothing for me to share something like that.
Did you have any idea going to work on Monday this was going to happen?
None whatsoever.
The show was making quite an impact. Where were you ratings-wise? And explain what ratings are to people who don't really...
Well, you know, they got a new rating system called PPM, and PPM comes out on a weekly basis. But I've always been top 10. Matter of fact, I've always been like top 5. You know, I think the last ratings book I may have gotten, I might have been like number 7, which is great in the PPM world, especially for urban. So, you know, 18 to 34, my demo, I was solid. My numbers were real solid.
Friday before you were let go.
Friday was, and that's a good point, you know, like my manager, Kevin Hunter, and my mentor, Wendy Williams, they always say you're only as good as your last performance. So technically my last great performance was that Friday. That was the Beanie Siegel interview. You know, Beanie Siegel put out a diss record towards JayZ. I don't want to call it a diss record, we call it a real record, because I don't feel like he was disgruntled or bitter. He was just expressing himself, you know? And, you know, when I heard the diss record, my mind was already thinking forward motion. I'm like, you know, I don't want to just go on my show and play the diss record in the morning. I want to holler at Beans. It only makes sense. I'm in Philly. So I reached out to his people. You know, Beans was like, oh, Charlemagne, no doubt. And Beans called me, and he got a lot of things off his chest. You know, just good journalism, if you ask me. That's all I was doing. It's not hard, you know what I'm saying? The only reason I say it's not hard is just that you have to be willing to face the consequences and repercussions of your actions. That's it. Like when you put a Beanie Siegel on, you have to know that, okay, something might become of this.
Do you honestly feel that you being let go from the radio station has something to do with the Beanie Siegel JayZ interview?
I mean, I'm not one to speculate. I mean, that's what I'm hearing. It wouldn't surprise me.
I don't know what happened to Charlemagne the God that got Charlemagne the God moving the way he's moving currently, putting his own reputation and integrity at risk by lying on behalf of JayZ and spreading narratives, even to his own detriment when JayZ is who got him fired. But what I can say is messed up, and I miss the old Charlemagne. Because the old Charlemagne knows what JayZ is capable of. So when academics and other independent media personalities come out and say, yo, Rock Nation and JayZ is sending us strikes to silence us. Yo, they're doing underhanded tactics to destroy our channels. They're attacking us. And Charlemagne the God plays dumb and act like he don't understand exactly what Rock Nation is doing to these independent media personalities, even though Rock Nation and JayZ did the exact same thing to him, I think is messed up and is foul. And I do think Charlemagne the God owes the culture more than what he's doing. It's not okay and it's not cool. That man did the exact same thing to you that he's attempting to do to academics and other independent media personalities. But yet you act like there's this derangement syndrome, they're paranoid, they're lying on him. What are they talking about? He would never do such a thing. He's not like that, even though he did it to you. So you know full well what he's capable of. You're just lying. Now, this conversation transitioned from Charlemagne the God lying about JayZ getting him fired now, years later, to this Target boycott thing. And again, just makes 1,000 excuses. And the Grits and Eggs podcast just sat there and allowed him to just spin on behalf of JayZ. I was really, really, really disappointed because I was expecting at least some pushback from them, but they just allowed Charlemagne the God to run amok on his podcast.
Amongst people. Like, you know what I mean?
It is crazy.
It's a slight JayZ derangement syndrome. It's like JayZ and Rock Nation can't be responsible for every bad thing that happens in the black community.
Hey, listen.
Like, what are we talking about? like everything bad that happens.
They got to put it on somebody.
Like,
I think all it is really just a byproduct of power, though.
Yeah,
that's just what it is. And also
black power.
That's
because we tend to feel like when we see people in certain positions, we just don't understand how they got there. We can't believe.
And we also can't conceptualize that they got it honest.
And that's wild to me. Black people, God-fearing, human beings who got praying grandmothers, who believe, who from day one get told to believe in a higher power, work hard, use your God-given gifts, and who knows what can happen, right? We believe that we can't do the impossible.
Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro. This nonsense that Jay-Z is only getting backlash because he worked really hard. He built a lot of wealth the honest way, and black folks are just jealous and can't imagine a black man doing what Jay-Z did. Bro, Jay-Z ain't the first black billionaire. Are you crazy? Like, Jay-Z ain't the first one. All right? And I dispute that Jay-Z is a billionaire, but Jay-Z ain't the first one. Why those other guys don't get backlash? Huh? Like, why those other guys don't have the same rumors and stigmas to their name that Jay-Z does? It's because Jay-Z has routinely, time after time after time after time, crossed the picket fence, undermined black folks, and did shady tactics. Shall we go back to the NFL? Well, we go back to the NFL every day. Jay-Z told everybody we boycotted the NFL. Then the minute the NFL offered him a deal, he takes the deal, then started calling media companies like TMZ to run a negative story on Colin Kaepernick to reduce Colin Kaepernick's influence among black people.
Yeah, it's a lot of people mad just because dude be looking out for himself and his family and his people. I mean, but let's be real. If you were in that situation, wouldn't you?
So the NFL can get rid of the Colin Kaepernick problem. So the NFL gave Jay-Z a deal and sent Jay-Z on a mission to destroy Colin Kaepernick so black folks can no longer be influenced to boycott the NFL. Jay-Z did that. He took that bread, bro. He did that. Jay-Z convinced a lot of artists to sign with Tidal for absolutely free. He didn't give them no advance. He promised them equity in Tidal when these very same artists had deals on the table for millions of dollars from Apple Music and Spotify. Those same artists who helped build Tidal up, those artists left with nothing. Nicki Minaj left with $0. So Jay-Z has used and abused his authority in the culture for a while now, but yet you guys say the reason why people hate Jay-Z and don't like Jay-Z is because of jealousy, and they don't think that a black man can do the impossible. Are you guys crazy? Yo, have y'all lost your mind, bruh? Like, I don't understand, bruh. Like, why when it comes to Jay-Z, all of a sudden people's common sense go out the window? This is sickening and sad, bro. Bro, I'm really disappointed in these dudes, bro. I didn't expect them to move like this, man.
Like, look at what we've overcome as a people.
Our existence here is literally doing the impossible. Yeah.
What? Look at what we've survived. Think about what our ancestors went through. We're the descendants of that, and we think that is impressive. And also, man, when you really look at it, whether it's the Jay-Z's, the Oprahs, the David Stewarts, the Robert Smiths, what they got is a small crumb of what the white folks got.
Yeah.
Elon Musk just made $1 trillion. And I saw more people upset about Jay-Z's exclusive Target deal. That's not an exclusive Target deal, by the way, than they were about this man making $1 trillion.
Now the Jay-Z Target deal that was announced as an exclusive deal for Reasonable Doubt is apparently no longer an exclusive no more, according to Charlemagne the God. Even though the Target exclusive vinyl is not just about the coloring, right? Yeah, you'll have like this rare coloring of the vinyl for Reasonable Doubt, but with the vinyl that can only be found at Target, the type of vinyl, you will get the 30th anniversary edition pressed on clean white vinyl, including the rare Can't Knock the Hustle Fool's Paradise remix as a bonus track alongside other unreleased song versions embedded in the packaging. So when you purchase it at Target, the white vinyl, you get unreleased versions of certain records that are not available on the other vinyls you can find in other places. Is that not an exclusive deal? Is that not an exclusive deal? You get certain perks that come with it, a different color, unreleased versions of songs. Target themselves announced it as an exclusive deal. So Target announces it as an exclusive deal. Jay-Z announced it as an exclusive deal through Roc Nation. But because the backlash came and people are now calling Jay-Z a sellout, now all of a sudden Charlemagne the God is now stating is not an exclusive deal. If that's not an exclusive deal, then what's an exclusive deal? What are now the criterias of an exclusive deal? If, you can only find this version of this here. If that's not what the word exclusive means, then maybe Charlemagne the God has a different word for what exclusive means. And Grits and Eggs podcast, bro, y'all should be ashamed of yourselves, bro. Y'all sat there, a lot of men are lying for, bro. I thought them out of all people would have called Charlemagne the God to the carpet for that Target deal. Like, hey, bro, you not about to sit in our faces and lie like this, bro. JayZ did bad, he did bad, and it's that. But y'all sat there and y'all played the corporate game, man, and that ain't cool, bro. But y'all let me know in the comment section, what do you...
Comment, share, and like for more videos to my channel. Hit the bell if you mess with hell.